Assalamu alaikum. You know, ADOS has been trying to explain to black people and to the nation that blackness is not flat, meaning there's no uh, sameness or equality, or I don't know if I want to say equality, but sameness between Native Black Americans who come from American chattel slavery and black people who chose to come to America, who immigrated to America for the most part, for the vast majority, after 1965. Okay, there's no sameness there. Okay, the contribution of Native Black Americans, ADOS people to the country, and the contribution and the blood, sweat, and tears in building the country is not the same as black people that got here after 1965. Okay, for the most part, prior to 1965, foreign-born black Americans, you understand, from the Caribbean and from Africa was less than 1% of the black population in this country. Most of them, when they came to America, moved to the Northeast, especially New York City, Harlem, that area. They didn't want to come down south and deal with Jim Crow. But they were still less than 1% of the black population. But since 1965, when things started to get a little easier for black folks in America, we have had larger numbers of black people immigrating to America. Okay, now with that being said, okay, Kamala Harris does not represent progress for Native Black Americans. Her father is from Jamaica. His people didn't go through slavery and Jim Crow here. A completely different situation, completely different circumstances between Jamaica and the U.S. The cost and the cost that we have to pay in this country, the burden that we have to bear in this country is different than anything that they had going on in Jamaica or Haiti or Bahamas or Nigeria. Okay? Now, with that being said, I was just reading an article on the New York Times website. They were interviewing Cicely Tyson. And they made the statement to her about more black actors getting major acting jobs. And you know what she said? They're hiring Africans, not black Americans. Did you catch that? See, the Democratic Party wants to make blackness flat and make us and our contribution to America the same as people that came from Haiti or Jamaica or Nigeria or Somalia. No, it's not the same. And the cost and the burden that we had to bear is not the same. Okay? So it doesn't mean anything if a Jamaican becomes vice president. That doesn't mean anything because Jamaicans weren't enslaved in America. It doesn't mean anything because Jamaicans didn't have to suffer the atrocities and the oppression of Jim Crow. You understand? So what? So what an Indian American is vice president? So what? It's something. It is considered to be something or to be an achievement when it's us, because we come from chattel slavery here in this country, the oppression of Jim Crow here in this country, and being held back for over 400 years in this country. That's what's significant about it. Not the fact that her mother came from India or her father from Jamaica, but they are pushing this line. Especially, I see Roland Martin doing this a lot. He's trying to push that line that blackness is flat. Blackness ain't flat, Roland. It's not. And if your people don't come from slavery and Jim Crow here, so what? You became president or vice president. So what? And Cicely Tyson made a point to point that out, that they're giving these jobs to Africans, not black Americans. And And people will try to twist this and say, "Oh, well, he's got something against us." I don't have nothing against people from Jamaica or Nigeria or wherever, but it's not the same. And stop pretending like it's the same. Assalamu alaikum.